Good morning, everyone. If it's morning for you, my name is Alecia Lott. In this video, I'm going to walk you through how I set up my weekly spread in my bullet journal. I want to help you start to plan your week as well. I'm going to give you some planning questions toward the end of the video, just to help you think of how to organize your time a little bit better and how to avoid doing things by routine without really thinking about them. We want to be a little more intentional with our time. My weekly spreads are just super minimalist. I use a pen, I use a couple markers, that's it. I don't use paint, I don't use stencils or washi tape or anything like that. So if that's the kind of video you want, then I'm sorry, you're in the wrong place. If you're just looking for something a little easier, a little simpler, something that doesn't require a lot of artistic ability, then yes, I hope you will stick around. All right, let's get into it. I want to show you last week's weekly spread. Now, this is how it normally looks at the end of the week. And Sunday was cool. I did a sip and paint with my mom. Yeah, it was just basically, we got some canvases at Dollar Tree, and we had some watercolor paints. I only paint with watercolors. We painted, we sipped and painted. We had some wine. It was all very inexpensive. We had some cheap wine, we had some snacks, and we painted. So this not finished yet. It is, I want to have just a bunch of faces, and so I just drew the little blobs, and then this has become part of my nightly routine. So I fill in the little faces for the blobs. And then this afternoon, I'm going to be going to a reading party. I'm going to go to the library, get a book, and read with other people collectively, but we're not really going to discuss our respective books. We're just going to be in the same place reading and drinking because it's a cider place, so that's cool. I just want to do things that are away from the television. I think because of my ADHD, I'm always like, yes, you have to set up routines. You have to have your morning routine, your evening routine. You got to have certain days for this. Sometimes things that are part of your routine that seem really innocent, and it's something that everyone does, and it seems really good. Overall, it might be taking away from other things that you'd rather be doing. I would rather read. I would rather sometimes work on my YouTube channel. I would rather write or go outside. It's starting to get nicer out here in Cincinnati, so eventually I'm going to want to go outside and exercise. Imagine that. I think it's just really easy to get sucked into certain things and to fall into the routine and just watch whatever is on television. And then you blink. For me, that could be 2 to 3 hours every evening at least. And then you blink and 2 hours have gone by and it's time for bed. Yeah, do you ever feel like that? Do you ever feel like certain things are just, you're doing them on autopilot and you're just going through the motions? So I don't want to do that. I'm not saying that I don't want to watch TV. I'm not stopping watching TV, but I just want to be more intentional about what I'm watching and make it an event, like plan for it, have snacks. Any excuse for snacks is good, right? Making certain times more enjoyable because you actually plan to be there and you are looking forward to that. But first, let's get on with looking at more of this journal. I want to show you guys my quote of the week, which is related to being more intentional with our time. So we cannot change what we are not aware of. And once we are aware, we cannot help but change. And that is by Sheryl Sandberg. I know a lot of productivity people are like, oh yeah, you need to make a list of everything that you're doing throughout the day for like 2 weeks. And I'm like, you don't know my life. There's no way I could do that for 2 weeks. But yes, I can take a step back and just think about what did I spend 2 to 3 hours doing yesterday? Is that something that's going to help me in the future? Probably not. But you don't want to hear all that. All right, let's get on to our new weekly spread. All right, so I have some green markers here. That's the extent of my artistic stuff for this weekly spread. Here, first, let me take this out. So yes, this is just a paper clip that I put on this little ribbon that came on my journal. It's been actually very helpful. So I'm going to use a green marker for March. I'm just going to write the month up here in the corner. That's it. Okay. And I've got my little calendar stamp. Beautiful. Now I'm going to make my intention of the week, and the intention of the week is going to be about intentionality. Usually it takes me about 5 minutes to write the intention of the week, so I won't make you sit there and watch me write it. I'll be right back. Thank you for waiting. Here is my intention of the week. I intend to remember that time is a precious gift and that it must be used wisely. I will make sure that relaxation time is also productive, creative, and rewarding. So now I'm going to make my habit tracker. Oh, and I made myself a little cheat sheet post-it note thing here. So I want to, for my habit tracker, I want to add a time to do brain dumps in my other journal. I made a whole video about that, so you can watch that. I stopped doing it for a while and now I'm back, and I want to reintroduce that to my morning routine. So I'm going to add that as a habit tracker item. And also I want to add reading time, 1 hour, but I'm not going to commit to that on the days that I plan on watching TV in the evenings and having family time and eating snacks. So I know those two things don't really go together. So I'm just going to commit to maybe a couple of days a week where I just hunker down and read for a whole hour. I've had it happen where I just run off the page, so I don't want to do that. So I like to do the days of the week kind of backwards. But why did I do Sunday? Wait, there, that should be Saturday. All right, Friday. This is kind of hard to do, but I usually manage. There we go. All right. And now I will put each task in the order in which I do them. I'm going to cheat a little bit and look at last week, how I have that set up. And a brain dump for me is usually 10 to 15 minutes, 20, depending on what time I wake up. I try to wake up at the same time, but not always. Why'd I put brain dumps with an S? It's only one. I'm going to correct that. All right, so this is my habit tracker. These are the just main things that I do to keep myself mentally on the right track most of the time. Anyway, it's a lot of writing. So in the morning, I do, first I do 5 questions in my bullet journal. I just answer 5 journaling prompts really quickly. It takes probably less than 5 minutes, and then I do a brain dump, and then on my laptop I write 500 words. I consider it almost another journaling session, but it's a little bit more structured, so it's important for me to get some sort of writing in every day. Now, I don't do all of these things every single day, but it does help just to kind of give me that mental clarity and get all of my thoughts out and things that I need to remember for the future. Now I am going to make a section here. I'm going to write my goals for the quarter here, and then I will also write my goals for the week. I just feel as though the weekly goals are a little more urgent and they need more space, so I went ahead and gave that a little bit more space, and I am going to keep drawing this line. And that's probably too much space, but that's okay. I like to have it feel a little more open. And then here I am going to make, now it's going to look off. It's going to look weird. Down here, I have made space for the coming 2 weeks. I have March 9th through the 15th and the 16th through the 22nd. I'm not going to draw the line down the way that I normally would, just because it's gonna, for some reason, that's gonna look weird to me. And I don't want to split halfway down the page, because then the lines won't line up. The lines don't line up, and I can't deal with that visually and mentally. So I'm just going to leave this unseparated. Just leave it together like that. Now I am going to move over here. What I'm going to do is I am going to make 7 horizontal spaces so that I can do my days of the week, and then I'm going to do my to-do list and all of that. I have a ruler. This is the only time I ever even use a ruler in my journal, is for this section over here, and I'm going to just make spaces all the way down. So bear with me. While I am drawing lines, I guess I'll put it here. While I am drawing lines in my bullet journal, I just wanted to come to you guys and say hello. I like to brainstorm and think of different ways that I can make this channel better, but I figured I would go to the source. I would go to you guys. I'm so happy that you're here. I'm happy for the people, just people who have watched my videos and supported me over this year of YouTube. And I want to just pick your brain a little bit. If you've watched my channel before, what brought you to my channel? And what, if you've watched for a while, what are some things that I may, because I'm changing all the time. So what are some things that I may have done in the past that you would like to see brought back onto the channel? I love to hear that, and we can talk about that. And also things that you would like to see me do in the future on this channel. So maybe something that is missing for you that you'd like to see. Let's talk about that as well. So please leave me a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know what are some things that I can do to move this channel in a good direction, and also bring you what you need in the journaling world. Thank you so much in advance, and let me get you back to the weekly spread. Sunday, March 2nd. Okay, Monday. I don't know, drawing a line under the thing just makes it look more official to me. On Sundays, what I like to do is draw a big heart to remind me that this is supposed to be a self-care day. I'm not supposed to be running all around. Whoop, there's my pen. I'm not supposed to be running all around doing all of these crazy things. I'm supposed to take it easy, slow down, maybe do something creative like last week with my sip and paint. And I do planning time in the morning. For the rest of the week, I go ahead and draw check boxes so that I can check off my to-dos. And then on this side of the page, I usually put different appointments, activities that I have to do. So this is my weekly spread. I hope it gives you some inspiration, some ideas for your weekly spread. And yours is going to look different than mine, and that's okay. I'm going to go to the front of the journal now, and I want to show you some of these journaling prompts. So these are my Monday through Friday journaling prompts. I just do this really quickly. It takes less than 5 minutes because it says one sentence. I really do 1 or 2 words per response. On Sunday, however, I have a dedicated time in the morning that I just sit and plan the week, and I look at my journal, my bullet journal, and I look at my Google Calendar and just see if there are any events I'm going to be going to, if there are any travel plans I have, make sure there aren't any deadlines or any bills that I haven't looked at. So just making sure that everything is more or less in order. So that way I just don't want to be caught off guard or taken by surprise for anything. I'm not going to go into each of these questions because I have mentioned these in several videos already. I have 3 bonus questions for you this week related to our theme of the week, which is being intentional with our time. What are the 3 series or movies or activities I want to enjoy this week? So actually make a list and think about, okay, yes, I would like to watch this thing on Netflix and set a time to do that. Or I would like to play this video game with my friend or whatever. Make a time to do that. Second one is, what is one deep focus task I need to do this week? Whatever your creative thing is that you would like to spend more time on, what is that and how can you fit that into your schedule? Where do you need to put that on the calendar? And then, oh, I didn't even write the dang question. What is the question? How can I change? Because I'm focused on evening times right now after work. You're relaxing, it's after dinner, you're sleepy maybe after you eat your dinner, and you're just kind of possibly flopped out on your couch in front of the television. How can I change my typical evening to better match my goals? Yeah, so no one's expecting to have all of the answers to these questions right away, but I hope that was helpful for you as well, just to start getting you to pay attention to how you are spending your time. So that is my video. I'm gonna actually put this, because I have a page that I use for Sunday planning. So this is going to go here, and I'm going to answer my other questions and this during that time. Get myself all the way right for the week, or so I like to think. And I thank you so much for joining me, and I hope you have a wonderful week. I'm going to give you an upside down wave goodbye. Close that. Have a good week.